Hello everyone and welcome to this Mage build. Actually Mage builds. Many people have asked what is the best Mage build, and the short answer is there is no best Mage build, you know. Because a pure Mage without any other magic skills besides ecumenical spells, ecumenical, has about 700 primary points used in the skill tree with meditation, by the way, and ecumenical spells, and that's why it get often mixed with some other builds, like for example the Mage Dominator. A link for that is in the description, by the way. But first we start what glade to choose, and the Alvarin is the most fitting for pure Mage.
And I'm very sorry, my girlfriend brought me some pizza slices and oh man, very good, oh man.
But anyway, let's continue. So now we look closer to the Glade gifts. A link to all the builds is also in the description, by the way. And this one here is the most important, but also one of the first you skill anyway. But it is very important for your Mage build, because it removes your negative impact to attributes caused by your age. That's why all the builds are at age 30 or at age 60. So just for example, it doesn't matter if you make your character 23 or 30 if you have skilled this. But you have to play around with that to get the best results, of course. The rest is a little bit self-explanatory. Everything that is not for crafting is skilled here. So it's basically a no-brainer. Also, the most important are the runner's high and the sprinter for your running speed, and also the 4 intelligence and the 4 psi. So, but before we talk about any builds, let's move on to the skills first. So here we have our basic mage skills, and yeah, these are the basic ones most mages use. But here comes the but not with 2T. Okay, too far off topic. There are a few hybrid builds and even mage builds that don't have meditation, for example. And some other builds that don't have these exact skills, but most of them will use these skills. Okay, first of all, we have anatomy or anatomy. Anatomy, oh yeah, baby!
Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit high because of the pizza, you know.
You will need anatomy to heal yourself with bandages. Yeah, even if you are a mage, this is a no-brainer. You really need that. Then you may ask, why is there armor training in the mage build? And yeah, that actually makes sense. Because you will have a decrease in your mana regeneration if you have over 6 kg armor. And the heavier your armor is, the more regeneration decrease you have. So in order to have a lot of mana, you really need to wear very thin armor. But you can basically carry 3 kilograms or something like that. But with armor training you can carry 6 kilograms or 6.33 kilograms for a silk armor, for example. That would be enough because the penalty is not noticeable. And in order to have armor training on 47 or on 50, for example, you need to have combat maneuvering at least 50, because that is the primary skill. You could also do it without armor training, but you will be slow as fuck. Then ecumenical spells. This is the basic magic school. Yeah, you need that because right now we don't have any other magic school. Maybe you can add up with spiritism or necromancy when it is in game, and many other stuff like illusion and many other magic schools. Meditation got dropped in many builds depending on your build. But yeah, you will need that faster regeneration if you sit down. In large group fights we have seen, even in some videos I recorded, that many mages retreat a little bit further and just sit down to regain their mana. Mental offense, yeah, that is also a no-brainer because it increases your damage a lot. Mental training, because it's the parent skill, yeah, you need that. Sprinting, yeah, of course, because you don't want to be a lame ass. You will be very slow anyway if you decide to make a fat mage, a fatter mage, not a real fat mage, not a obese mage, but a bulging mage anyway. And vitalism is nice, gives you more mana, you know. But before we build our character, we must look at the Int Curve. Special thanks to Carmel who researched all this. As you can see, it is a straight line, so every int point counts. So for example, a mage at the age 60 is a better choice maybe than at age 30 because of the 6 int points more, because 6 int points more actually means a lot of damage. Now you say, oh, what's the difference between hitting 42 instead of, I don't know, 38? Yeah, 4 points is actually a huge difference in PvP fights. Same here with the Psyche Curve, to resist magic damage, to get a passive resistance of magic damage, which is also a very important attribute for hybrids, for example, or for a Psy fighter who is actually the mage killer. Also take this into consideration. And Psy also gives you a lot of mana. 1 point per 1 point Psy. But Wolf's side, can we finally build the character now? Actually not. Yeah, we have it today with our charts, you know. Ta-da! Another chart! So I'm trying to compare here our Sheevra Fat Mage, our Sheevra Skinny Mage, our Veela Fat Mage, and our Veela Skinny Mage. And they're actually not the fattest mages, and not the skinniest mages, you know. You could even squeeze out some more points in some fields. So many people from my guild, for example, choose the Sheevra Fat Mage because 115 intelligence is actually a lot of damage. We are talking here about fulmination on a 50 Psy character, hitting a 50 Psy character. About 57, something like that. And the 105 int, for example, 110 int. 42 to 49, even to 51 for example. So these int stats really matter, and you have also a higher Psy. But now to the drawbacks. I mean, compare the skinny Veela with the fat Sheevra and you see the difference there in dex points. That is actually a lot of speed, but it really depends on how you play your mage. What's better for you, because there is no best mage build out there. So let's compare it even further. So with the fat mage you have 200 health, which is really awesome. And with the skinny one you have about 120. So you are dead very fast. But again, it depends on what you prefer. Maybe you prefer speed over health over damage, but just in my opinion, the speedier the character is, the better you must play it, because you have to evade most of the hits. In the armor weight there was actually a calculation error, I don't know how, but just ignore it. I mean, everyone there can carry 6.3 kilograms without a problem, just ignore that. But if you want something between the lines, then you can also choose the Fat Mage Veela, for example. Or maybe even the Sheevra Skinny Mage, because the Sheevra Skinny Mage has 110 intelligence. And it would be the better choice if you just make a Dex Mage. I mean, sure, the Veela is very speedy when he's skinny, but the Sheevra just have 7 points more int and is nearly as fast as the Veela. And we are talking about 3% here or 4% or something like that. If you need a size compare, if the size matters of your character, it doesn't matter here at the mage build, but maybe you want to have more health, then you need more weight. And more weight means you need to be higher, then you have more kilograms and can eat more stuff. And a speed compare video is also linked in the description. So now we can finally build our mage. For example, the Sheevra Fat Mage with the age 30, of course. And yeah, all the other attribute points, you can just point them in there, it doesn't matter. If you're new to the game, it doesn't matter what your skill here, even the age and even the size, it doesn't really matter, because later in game you will have items where you can decrease your size or increase your size and your age and stuff, and yeah. So for the Fat Mage, it's even better if you make this mage the age 60 because of the more intelligence. I know what you think, the numbers before in the charts are not correct, but no, that is not true. Here, we don't see it with Glade gifts. You must calculate the Glade gifts in. So that skill is just some stuff. For example, intelligence and I don't know, dex, doesn't matter. So weight is very important, and hair. And what is okay? Yeah, I like the shiny ones. Okay, maybe just okay. I have never seen a white Veela before. So let's make her really fat. Oh man, oh god, that is too fat. Yeah, we need just bulging, not obese. If you are obese, you're totally lost without a horse. And we also need to pick nice hair, of course. Let's look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The side cut. Yeah, the side cut. And in black. But I think I, for myself, will roll with a Veela, of course, and exactly this Veela. Age 30 and everything on Dex, because I'm the cameraman for most events. And I need to be fast as fuck, and all the other stuff doesn't matter in any way. So in the end, it depends on what mage you want to play, and what you prefer in combat and in battle. And you need to figure this out first, before you're actually building a mage. Or just test it out. I hope this guide was helpful. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters Carmel, the Dragonslayer, Dexter and all the others. Also, please leave a like and subscribe, would be really awesome from you. And always remember to make party hard! See you all next time. Goodbye.